the first time I saw the titular Chainsaw Man, it was in a TikTok of someone drawing him, and I thought, wow, that's a really cool OC, because there was no way that I could imagine in my tiny little fucking brain that this was a real character from a real television anime show. And I think that that says something about society, which is that like anime studios are getting a little bit more out there with like the premises of the things that they're making. Like, do you remember when the slime isekai came out? That was like, it was like, whoa, they made an isekai where like they turn into a slime. Isn't that like, that's kind of, oh, that's kind of, oh, that's kind of, but now they're making isekai of vending machine, right? So just like the Overton window for what's an acceptable premise is totally just, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's really different. The main thing about Chainsaw Man that is really really weird and interesting to talk about is the fan service, and that's not a joke, because the fan service in this show is so weird. It's so different from normal fan service. Like, it's not just ooh sexy booba whatever. It's not just that. I sound so deranged. Like, that's such a crazy thing to, like, no mom, it's art. No, but like okay, but for real. Um so the main motivation of the main character is that he wants to get it. Is that he wants to get it. And this makes him super like manipulatable, and all of the female characters, or not all of the, like three of the female characters in the show end up like manipulating him into doing what they want him to do. And it's like, it's the show's not saying, it's not like it's like arguing that manipulation is like good or okay or whatever. It's just like, this is I don't know. It's just strange. It's just strange that it's like that. And what tips it over into being interesting for me is that when Denji gets it, he doesn't like it. Like, he touches Power's boobs, and then he's like disappointed. He's like, that was nothing to me, actually. Like, my whole thing was that I wanted that. But now I'm like, oh wait, maybe like I actually want an emotional connection or something like that. That's, do you know how that's so different? I don't know. That's not normal that it's like that. That's really weird. And the show's not saying that he's wrong for wanting that. It's just saying like, it's the classic thing where a character has a thing that they want, and then they like, oh, but is that really what they want? And they go on like an arc about it, and they go on an arc about it, and that's called story. That's called television. That's called, you can watch it. The characters are really good. I like how none of the characters are good people, but they're all really sympathetic. But none of them are like good people, but you like them all. I like them all. I especially like the fail girl. What's her name? Kobeni. Because she doesn't do anything right for almost the whole show. She sucks. She's the worst. And she doesn't. This is a very lethal show where people are dying all the time. She doesn't deserve to survive, but in the show's logic. But she just kind of happens to, and she's just a mess. And I kind of love that there's a character like that. I think that's really, I don't know. I kind of, wouldn't it be cool if she somehow turned into a kind of good person? Even if she turned into like a medium competent person, that would be awesome. The pacing of the show is also a very strange thing. You expect in a shonen anime for a fight to take a number of episodes, but in Chainsaw Man, it just doesn't. The fight can start in the middle of an episode and it can end at the, not only at the end of an episode, but at like the beginning or at the middle of an episode. Just anything can happen. It's like, it's less like it's a series of distinct like chapters, and it's more like it's like just kind of one really long movie that occasionally has an opening in it and an ending. And okay, sidebar for the endings. Obviously, the thing about this show is that there's a different ending with a different song and a different animation, different music video for every episode. That's 12 of them. That is so messed up how cool that is. That's way too cool. I don't, that's crazy how cool that is. What else was I talking about before this? I don't remember. It doesn't even matter. Oh yeah, the pacing's weird. It's fine. Yeah, the only other thing about that is that it's like, maybe it's more like a streaming thing. Like maybe it's more conscious about like people are watching this on like sort of all at once. It would probably kind of suck a little bit for if you were watching it kind of weekly as it came out. That's my opinions. That's my opinions. Anyway, Chainsaw Man is about a man who has chainsaws in him because he's part man and part chainsaw devil who's a puppy doggy, and he's like a puppy doggy, and that's awesome. And you think he only has 3 chainsaws, but then the climax of the show, and this is how you know it's a good show, is that in the climax, it turns out it's not just arm, head, arm. It's his leg can also be a chainsaw. That's a 4th chainsaw. And it also leaves the door open to maybe there's a 5th chainsaw somewhere else in the future on the other leg, maybe even a 6th. That's his 3rd leg. All right. Good video, I guess. Good video. This is Suspicious Wall now. This is what this channel is. I was going to do something else, but then it was too much work and it wasn't good. So I quit that. And now it's just, it's this. Now this is whatever this is. It's this. Okay. Okay, goodbye.